It returns and it's sexy. Far out, did the bumpers and everything. Yeehaw, I'm not going to know myself. Look out. Well, that's freaking cool. Let's get her off this truck and have a good look. Man, I cannot believe how good this looks. So what they've done is the bumpers have all been repainted, and they did the grille as well. That was pretty badly sunburned. Everything was just sunburned, really. So the bonnet's been done. They've touched up the tops of the guards. All the roof's been repainted. It did have the usual GQ Patrol paint lift going on in here, so that's all been redone and looks really, really good. It's all fresh paint. Look at that. Other than that, like, this hasn't been painted or anything like that. This is still all the original paint. That was all fine anyway. So yeah, they have the rear bumpers for her. And the roof, and that's kind of it. Just polished out the sides, blended the paint back in. It looks really good. Even put some tire shine on it. Look at that. So, I guess the next stage of this thing is to clean up the engine bay, make the engine look nice and pretty, and get it rust-proofed underneath. Gas needs complying. Now I'm going to get it registered. And then the fun begins. I think I've decided this vehicle is going to be either swapped or sold. So one or the other, and I want to move on. There's actually a car across the road here. We'll zoom in here. That is a VE Valiant that I really, really want. I know it's coming up for sale soon. So that is going to be the game plan. It's either going to be that or a VC Valiant if I get the chance. But anyways, that's down the track. Let's get this bad girl ready to get some rego, I reckon. That'd be kind of cool. Right, so this morning I offloaded those tires I bought last weekend. Last weekend I snapped up a set of 35-inch tires for $50. In really good nick too. I turned them around for $250 this morning, so I'm pretty happy about that. And I've just tracked down a steering wheel. The truck, for some reason, the top of the steering wheel is a bit worn. It's got those horrible steering wheel covers on it, which I absolutely hate. So I've tracked down a steering wheel that looks to be in really good condition for $50. So that is an absolute bonus. So I've got all the troops in the car. We're just going to run out there now and nab that sucker, and it's going to add for tonight's goodies list. We've got the oil and filters and a couple other bits and pieces in the engine bay, new radiator cap and whatnot. Replace the water pump and the fan. So we'll add steering wheel to that list. Yeah. Right, it's night time. The fun time. Let the fun begin. Engine. I was going to be a lot more excited for this video, but it's gotten later in the day. I'm a little bit tired. Anyway, I will find enthusiasm in the bottom of a beer probably, so that'll be all right. We've got some goodies. Water pump. The water pump was leaking a little bit. Now it's not leaking at all, but I'm still going to change it. Last thing is a water pump issue. There's no fun in that. Wait till you see the fan when I pull that off. It is terrible. But somewhere in all of this is a new fan. Up on the local readings of the newspaper. There you go, fan in there somewhere. That's that. I picked up that steering wheel I spoke about earlier. It's twisty in the top, but it's not all worn. The one in the car I have not had a very good look at, but I'm pretty sure it's had it because it's got those stupid covers on it. Let's have a look under here. Oh, it's really quite stuck. It's loose and quite worn on top. I think you'll find, yeah, it's all crumbly and whatnot, so that's probably not real good. The other one is definitely better. So that sorts that out. Look at that new roof. Oh, the paint. Fresh, nice paint. The grille, you gotta check out the grille. And the bumper. How sick is that? Geez, they did a good job. I'm so happy with it. So that's that. But anyways, I'll unpack you some of this gear and start pulling the radiator out and see where we're at. I got some super glue for the steering wheel. I would normally use a needle, like a syringe, and just pump it in a few places. I couldn't get one today. Apparently you need to be a drug user to get those, and when you say you want to pump your steering wheel with a needle, they sort of look at you real weird like. So I'll find another way of doing that. But yeah, get this apart and get into her. Now that I've made a sizable mess on the ground, I guess it's safe to pull out my radiator. you've ever worked on a Patrol radiator and had to have it out before, it is like the easiest radiators to remove. Disconnect bottom hose, lose the top hose off of here. This cover stays on, you pull the little relief piece off the bottom. This hose and this hose over here come off, get rid of them, undo the top bolt, and it literally slides out the top of the mounting for it. Your 32 Skyline's the same, and most Nissans of this era. The most brilliant radiator design, especially for a four-wheel drive. You go out, you have a big day in the mud, pull this little guy out, clean him all thoroughly, clean the backside of your air conditioning. Happy days, no overheating issues. So that's our radiator out. You can see down the bottom here, the fins are starting to go a little bit. That's okay, it's just the lower couple. The rest of it's totally cool. No rot in any of it. So I'm just I'll clean that all up. We'll give it a new coat of paint, and that'll sort of save this radiator out of the condition it's in now. Other than that, it's a perfectly good radiator. It's like a $600 replacement, so he's going again. Now fan, I've lost my torch, so you have to bear with me here. So we got a big old crack here. Rotate him. Small crack, much larger crack, another crack. There's a bigger one in here somewhere, I thought. No, maybe that's it. Either way, yeah, that fellow there, that's pretty bad. You get this thing up to speed and it's flying around real fast. You'll lose a blade. It's going to take out radiators and belts and leave you without a fan, and that would be very uncool. So we got a new one. Look at that nice new fan versus this old guy. So you can see better out here the big cracks she's got in her. I was definitely going to let go. That would have really, really been sucky. We don't need no sucky. We just need go. So you can actually change the fan over in the car. You don't have to do this. You have to pull the radiator. Two things going on here. One is, well, the main one is I'm doing a water pump tonight, so it had to come out anyway. But if you are just replacing your fan, I would still highly advise pulling your radiator, cleaning it. You'll be amazed by how much stuff lives between your radiator and your condenser. And preventive maintenance goes a long way once you've got things apart. Now is the time to do stuff to the car instead of it letting you down somewhere like up the beach when you're pushing on a high tide run, and for some reason it's running way too hot and you don't realise that you've got a bunch of stuff stuck between your radiator and your condenser. So I'm going to transfer this fan over. I'm going to then go paint the radiator, clean it up and paint it so that I can have it drying whilst I do the water pump, put all this back together. We move on to an oil change. I need to change the petrol. The car has been sitting, I've had it for a year. I know it's sat for a year before that. So that means we're 2 years on the same petrol. There you go, fan goes bye-byes. Ooh, and I lost one of the nuts, it went bye-byes too. It's gonna be fun to find. So yeah, the fuel's definitely bad. Look at that. Oh, I'm so happy. What else do I want to try and achieve tonight? Oil change. Steering wheel, I'm going to wait. I thought I could try puncturing it and squeezing some glue in. You really need a syringe, and they are generally free. Fortunately, they wouldn't give me one at the pharmacy, so I'll have to find another pharmacy. It wasn't the one I normally go to for these things, but anyway. So that is that. I'll keep on plugging away here, and I can't do this one-handed as well. Oh no, turns out I can. Radio. All right. New water pump or anything. I don't want that. We do want the gasket. I won't go through on that just yet. More warranty stuff. Fit it properly. The right thing. I need that. I need that. Unless it's the wrong one. No, we need all that stuff back. Just send it back. I think we're good. I'm pretty confident it's a Patrol. Yeah, that looks good. I'm happy with that. It's a no-name one, but it was good. It was the right price. I think it's going to do the job nicely. It's better than that fellow. There was nothing wrong with this water pump before I pulled the head off. But then I pulled the head off and the engine sat for, I don't know, 6 months, something like that silly. So I guess the seal's dried out. And they've actually stopped leaking now, but that's really just not good enough. We need to put a new water pump in this thing. Okay, so I have cleaned all that surface up. It was actually pretty good. Someone's done a gasket here previously, used some of that loose stuff. I'm not a fan. Loctite number 4, which is the aviation sealant. Anything to do with cooling system, this little fellow is going to seal it up really, really good. So I recommend it every time. Brush a small amount onto both surfaces, so the timing case and onto our water pump. New gasket back together. No over tension bolts. I can guarantee it will not leak for the life of the gasket. So that's pretty cool. So I'm gonna load that up now. Get our new water pump in there, and we'll start moving on to some other bits and pieces on this bad boy tonight. Ready, 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 ready. Water pump. Yep. I know that was definitely not the most exciting build-up nor the conclusion, but it has a water pump again. So I'm happy with myself. Throw it back together, I guess. Move on. Sick as radiator is back in. I did coat it with some black paint just to give her a touch-up. She's cool. New fan, belted tension. They won't squeak no more. New water pump. Fire in the hole. So I've made a significant mess on the floor. I really should get some rags. We're an exhaust shop, not a mechanic shop, so this is not going well. And I did miss the bucket, so shit happens. Anyway, oh geez, it's dark under here. I really don't have a torch, which is really becoming interesting. If you can zoom in, there is a sump plug there somewhere. Anyway, it's time to get oh shit. Lucky Matt's here, we got a torch. Sump plug, oil's coming out, new oil's going in, and we're moving on to the fuel tank. It's down there, she can't see that either. This has not gone well. Liquids time, we have a Burson 15W40. It was just whatever the cheapest one on the shelf was, because it's going to be sacrificial. I want to do another oil change before we run it properly. So, you met the camera here, and so yeah, 1540 seemed heavy enough. I like a 1540, especially in one of these older engines. Don't let the EFI fool you. She's a basic old thing. I'm going to go with, we've already put 5 litres in, keep that in mind. That much. If I overfill it, I don't care, because it's all coming back out again anyways. Got a new filter down below, coolant's back in. That's going to be it for tonight. I was going to drain the fuel tank down. It is reading empty on the gauge. I was going to drain that down and throw some fresh fuel in, but I've decided to put some fresh fuel in without draining the tank down, because it's empty, should be right. That is certainly it for tonight. Everything I wanted to do is done. We got new fuel in it. I didn't drain the tank properly, but it was empty, so we'll call that what it is. Oil change done. Oil looks actually really good. I've run it up for ages and it's running a treat. Clean up the radiator, got the water pump in, the fan. She's good. And the paint looks nice under the lights. So I'm gonna finish this video up here. Thank you so much for watching. I will probably do some more underbody stuff on this. I don't know if we'll see much more of this until it comes time to either selling it or swapping it for something else. So stay posted, and thanks again.